Superwoman Show. I am your host, Kim LaRue, and today we have a soul sister, a for real sister, yeah, a breath of soul, Miss Esnavi.
Thank you.
To the show.
I like that intro.
You
I'm going to have to call you for backup.
Girl.
I'm going to have to call you for backup.
You know, that's
soul sister singing.
I loved it. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing the S back into the soul
Thank you.
of R&B.
Thank you.
You are truly a breath of fresh air. I remember when I first heard you. Well, I saw you first.
Where did you see me?
I saw you on Good Day New York.
Ah.
Fox 5.
That was a good place to see me for the first time.
Yeah. And
Okay.
it was the visual that caught me 1st. I saw this sister, you know, with this fashion on this hair, you know, elegant, sophisticated, you know. And I said, well, what she's about? What's she getting ready to do? And then I heard your voice, your speaking voice. You were talking to the host up on the show. And they said you were getting ready to sing. And I saw the band. And I said, she's going to sing? Okay. And then you just blurted out. You opened your mouth and it was a breath. So
Thank you.
I'm excited. You
I'm
know
excited
what I'm saying?
too.
Because for me, the music, for my generation, it doesn't touch my soul.
I feel you.
So tell me about the experience on the Good Day New York show.
It was incredible. I mean, you know, it was just February, a good way to start off the new year. I mean, you know, they have over 2 million viewers, and to be able to let an independent artist such as myself to get that kind of exposure was great. It was very helpful in promoting my single that's out now, Morning Dew, which was released at the end of February, and also I had a free show at BAM. So the show at BAM I had an incredible response, and it probably was due to me being on Good Day New York. It's like 100 or so people couldn't even get in. It was like over capacity, so it was amazing. It was a blessing to be able to, you know, be on Good Day New York so early in my career. I mean, so early with this album, let me say. The album was just released like last fall, so.
Oh, okay.
That's like huge.
I saw you on a Good Day New York. That was actually my first time even hearing the name Esnavi.
Wow.
You know, and that's why I was very surprised. You know what I'm saying? A woman of your stature. You know what I'm saying? When I saw you, the way you were, you know, presenting yourself, I said, how come I don't know about this sister? You know?
That's why being on Good Day New York was awesome exposure. I mean, you know, you might not have otherwise found out about me, and who knows, however. Many more people were exposed to me that day. Maybe you check me on my website, iTunes. So it was great. Like I said, it was such a blessing to kick off the new year like that. You know, so I'm glad you discovered me.
Me too. I'm glad we discovered each other.
Thank you. Yes, true.
Yeah.
Everyday woman.
So tell me,
everyday woman. I love the most.
Everyday superwoman. Okay.
Yes.
I'll keep looking over here. That's not my camera. But anyway, so yes. So tell me what Esnavi means.
Eclectic, soulful, natural, authentic, vivacious, and intriguing.
Say it again.
Eclectic, soulful, natural, authentic, vivacious, and intriguing.
That is nice. How'd you come up with that name?
Well, the name was made up first. So we created the name, and like when I was with the lyrics, I was like, okay, you know, it has to make sense. I can't just be calling myself Esnavi, and people, what does that mean? So I looked at the letters, and I had to come up with adjectives that I felt describe me as an artist and as a person.
Okay.
I think they're all fitting.
Yeah. Where are you from?
Milwaukee.
I hear that little accent in there, and I'm like, that's not a New York City accent. Not even that, your swag is not a New York City swag either. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice swag, but it's not a New York City swag. So Milwaukee?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Wow.
Everybody says that because I guess, you know, New York accents are very distinct. You know, some people say I have a country accent, which I don't agree with.
Well,
it's not a down south, but it definitely is in New York.
It's most New Yorkers, you know, if anyone sounds different from us, we automatically say that it's a Southern accent.
Yes.
And for me, you got a little Southern accent.
You know, I mean, everybody says it. It's cool.
But it's not a Georgia or Mississippi kind of accent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because New York is so fast in the way y'all speak, like, you know, non-stand. Like, y'all cut everything off so quick. So anything that's slower is like, okay, that's from the South.
That's true. I lived in Ohio.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, not
I mean. We didn't even got time to say, you know what I mean. I mean.
I know. I lived in Ohio for a little while. And I used to say, well, I still do, is water. You know, and they laughed at me. Water? What's water? She say water, you know, and so yeah, we cut it off, and it depends on which borough you're from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We also can know where you're from.
By the borough. It's
By
very
the way you
distinct.
talk. Yeah, it is.
New Yorkers, I mean, it gets wrapped up in the Midwest and the South. You can't really figure out what the accent is, but New York accent is very distinct.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes, it is. So tell me, when you start singing?
I discovered that I have vocal ability when I was in high school. So I don't have a story that, I grew up and was singing my whole life or was raised in church or anything like that. Like, I discovered I could sing in high school, but I grew up in a household of music lovers, so I always listened to music. And once I discovered I could sing, I realized that a lot of the music I listened to growing up subconsciously kind of shaped my sound and the music that I still like to today, because I listen to all genres of music. And it actually, like I said, it subconsciously kind of shaped the kind of artist that I am, because my parents listened to everything from Miles Davis to YouTube, Stevie Wonder, Miles Davis, just all kind of artists. So.
Right. Okay. Which artists have you been compared to?
India Arie, I hear a lot, and I think that's because the music is acoustic driven. Tones and timbre, maybe the people think I sound like her. Jill Scott, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Sunshine Anderson. I mean, every artist that I've been compared to are all artists that I like. They have great voices. But I think when something is new, people don't really know, like, okay, who is this? I never heard this before. You have to have something to relate it to. So I think that's why people tend to, compare me to artists. But all the artists are successful. So that's
definitely
me to somebody.
That's interesting to me because for me, the Jill Scotts and them, Erykah Badu's, they kind of like they still new. I'm talking about old school artists.
Old school.
But
you haven't gotten any comparisons to old school.
You remind me of your voice, your style, a little bit of Gladys Knight. And what I like about you is your style. You know what I'm saying? We are in 2012. We're in the middle of a major shift. Yeah. That feminine energy is flowing. It is around, and you bring that back. You know what I'm saying? Even in your clothes, your fashion, you're covered. But yet, because
I feel that it's enough artists doing that I don't need to do it, and not just for the reason because that's not what I'm about. That's not what my artistry is about. I'm not here to sell anything that's not necessary to sell. But if you have enough people doing a certain thing, it's like when you find your niche, it's like you don't want to be doing the same thing everybody else is doing, because then what's different about you than the other one? So I'm glad you recognize that. I keep it, a certain level of class with it,
and that's what I believe. Some of these young girls, need to see. You are that role model. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And it's so much sexier. You know what
I think naturalness. I think a natural sexiness is so far real and has much more substance than thinking if you show your body a certain kind of way makes you sexy. And it's sad because it's not about sex being a foundation for things.
And I think as a woman, you gotta keep the mystery. Yeah, keep the suspense.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's very respectable. That's something that a man can admire. Because if you put it all out there, then what's left to the imagination? So.
Absolutely.
Especially when you have a message in your music and you want to convey something to your audience. It's like, what are you here for? Are you trying to sell your body, your looks, or your music? Right. So you have to present it the right way. So I'm glad you recognize that.
Yes,
I appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. So do you write your songs?
Yes, I write
everything.
You do? I write all the music.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I love Morning Dew.
Thank you. That's a new single.
Yes,
everyone, if you're watching this, please check out Morning Dew on iTunes.
Yes.
And purchase it, download it, support it.
This is my current single entitled Morning Dew. And again, my album is available on iTunes, Amazon, and I'm selling CDs. I see the world inside your hands, the world inside of me. I see the light, and night when it's dark, you bring sunshine, you bring me butterflies to the sky. The morning dew inside my head, the greatest
to that song, you know, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I want you to go ahead. You let it out.
It feels like, right, because you need to hear this as an artist. I feel the love in that song. You know, I was so connected to that song. We're someone who's all about love. I'm extremely, extremely passionate. You know what I'm saying? And that song, I listened to the words, you know, you were saying, you know, inside, you know, you bring a light inside to me. You know what I'm saying? That feels so right. And I said, she, I knew you wrote it, but I wasn't sure.
Right.
And I said, I know she sat down and she gave a lot of love to the song, which we don't hear that in today's music. We just don't hear it. You know, my father's a musician also, so I was raised
you know music.
I know music.
You know music.
So when I heard your music, I felt it. You know what I'm saying? And they not singing those kind of songs or those kind of words in songs nowadays.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I totally agree. Like, even, you know, I'm learning every day as an artist, and I'm always researching and, you know, want to become better as an artist. So when you listen to music from old school eras, it's amazing how timeless the music is and how they put together words to songs that meant something. They had substance, they had depth. You knew that these people were singing about a real situation. They were singing about something that was true to themselves, to their souls, and the way that they conveyed it and sang those songs with such passion and conviction is not the same now at all. So, I mean, I think the greatest music was, you know, recorded probably prior to the 2000s. Everything from there, like before, is probably like the greatest era of music because, you know, like you said, people are coming from a loving place and singing about love and relationships and God and things that really matter, you know. And in my songs, like, not only am I only speaking about the love with another person, I'm speaking about love from the universe. You know, it's also universal love, you know, that I touch on in my songs. So I'm glad that you felt that and connected with it because that's my purpose.
Yes,
that's what I'm here for, you know, to convey that.
Yeah, but you're bringing it back. You know what I'm saying? Or you're part of the movement.
Yes, I definitely think it's a movement.
It's a movement.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
yes, and everyone is waiting. You know, we were waiting, and you are here.
Thank you.
Esnavi.
I've arrived.
She is here.
My ship has landed.
which is
I'm here.
yes. So now you told me. So you're on an independent label.
Yes, I'm on an independent label, and that was really great because through that we were able to get radio play rotation. Because the first song I had out, "Unexpected Love," reached the top 40 on the Urban AC charts. So I got a lot of exposure through that. I also have a video. It's still airing on VH1 Soul and Centric for the first song, "Unexpected Love," and have U.S. distribution now with the music. So that was great. It was definitely good for me to have that kind of support because as an indie, you know, artist, you need a budget, you need resources, you need the connections, you need the right team. So I have been blessed with that. So that's great.
Yes.
It was good.
Yeah. Well, when you align and you're doing what you're supposed to do, or you know your purpose, you know everything falls in place for you.
I agree.
Everything, and I believe independent, you know, is the way to go nowadays.
I mean, for artists that don't want to compromise why they do it, I mean, it's pretty much the route to go because majors want to come in and, you know, we need the resources, but they want to change who you are and tell you what you should do and what you should record. And it's like, no, I need to be who I am. And that's what I need to share with the world, not who you think I should be. You know, you can just go in a factory and create a product and or create a person do that, but you can't tell me what I need to be singing about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I say this all the time, you know, even being, you know, the talk show host. That's why, you audience, you know, I've said this over and over. That's why I love DPVN. You know, I am the owner with my two partners of my channel, my Medicine Wind Production channel. I own my content. I am the executive producer, and these shows are produced the way that I envision it. Right. You know, not the way that they want me to do it. You know, so yeah, and it's important.
It's very important. It's very important because, you know, my thing is at the end of the day, I'm not driven by money. I'm driven by happiness. I want to do what makes me happy. So, being in a major situation, I might not be happy because they'll be telling me, no, you can't do that, or change your hair. Or,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Pull that shirt down a little lower.
No. Take the flower out.
Yes.
No. I don't want to do that.
Right. I hear you. I don't either. You know what I'm saying? But I know I found that you are Aquarius like me.
Yes, I am.
So, no.
Very free-spirited and we don't really roll with that.
No.
That direction, and we don't fit in boxes.
Absolutely not. Right. We like orange fingernails and feathers.
Right.
Yeah, free. You know what I'm saying?
We don't want anybody telling us what we can't do.
No, and it's not because we see it. We kind of know. We kind of we see what we want and where we need to go.
And we know ourselves. I mean, I said anybody. Nobody can tell me how to do me better than me. I'm sorry.
You know what
Opinions
I say?
are great.
You say that.
No one can tell
you know
me
what
how
I
to
say?
do me.
Can't nobody do me better than I do me.
Exactly. That one works too.
That's what a lot of the jokes. But I hear you. And that's what I feel you on that.
Yeah. I mean, no one can come in and tell me what. I mean, opinions are great, advice is great, and all that stuff comes with the territory. But when it comes down to my artistry and my creativity, no one can tell me how to be creative and how I need to execute it. Like, I'm just not down with that. Like, I don't agree. I don't subscribe to that at all.
Okay. Alrighty. So you've been enjoying yourself with this on this journey.
Yes,
thus far.
I'm very happy that I'm able to wake up every day and do what I love. That's a blessing. I don't know how many people can say that, and those people who can't say it, such as yourself, you wake up every day doing what you love, and that has to be a beautiful feeling because
it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. It's a process, but you have to be true to yourself.
Of course. At the end of the day, you sleep well at night because you know that you're doing something that makes you happy. And you're doing the right thing.
Absolutely.
And you're following your purpose.
Yes.
So that's something that's very important for me.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Whitney Houston, icon. She was one of my one of the greatest singers ever for me, and a great inspiration for me. And there has been many artists, that have passed away due to drug abuse. Yes, we don't know how she died as of yet.
Right.
But drug abuse, alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there a lot of pressure in this business, in the music industry?
To like do drugs or alcohol? Or...
Just a lot of pressure in general that I guess that does drive them to do these things. Because it's a lot of artists
it's a lot of artists
dip and dab in something.
My philosophy is two things. You are who you are before you enter this industry, and it only brings more options for you to continue to be that person and make that person grow into a monster. Which means that, if you were doing certain things beforehand, once you're in a position where no one's going to tell you no, you have as much money as you want, you can get as much of whatever it is that you want whenever you want it, that's only going to kind of enable you to go down that path and get worse with your drug habit or get worse with alcohol. As far as pressure goes, if you're a strong person and you know where you stand, there's not anything that's going to come in and change who you are. If you don't drink, the industry, it's pressure to socialize and things like that, but if you're a strong-minded person, the industry really doesn't make you do those sort of things. It just boils down to choices. But what I think it is the pressure just of being that star, being successful, being a celebrity, that may drive some of these people to doing drugs because they can't deal with the reality of their life. Like, imagine if when you left outside of this building, paparazzi and a million people, and you think you're happy, but at home when you're alone, maybe you're not happy with the success that you've gotten. So it's a lot to deal with. So I think that's more of the pressure, not per se so much from the industry pressure, but just from the level of success that these artists get. Like Amy Winehouse, she was already that person beforehand. I mean, she said it all in her songs, and perhaps, even though she was pursuing something she loved, maybe she wasn't happy. Because anybody that's abusing themselves to that level, there's somewhere they're lacking happiness. Although from the outside looking in, it looks like, okay, this is great, I'm Whitney Houston, I sold millions of records, but somewhere, if somebody is abusing their body like that constantly, there's somewhere something's lacking. So, and it's sad because she was great. She was a great talent.
Absolutely sad.
Amazing.
Absolutely sad. So, are you prepared?
I am mentally prepared. I have been mentally prepared forever. So I am, I envision success. I envision what that life would bring, and I mentally have lived that life already in my head, so I'm just ready to walk it
You're
physically.
such an Aquarius.
It's true.
You
It's like I've already lived it in my head, so I'm just
Yeah.
ready to walk the walk. So if
Okay.
Oprah called tomorrow and said, "Hey, you're going to be on OWN," I'm going to be like, okay, I'm not going to be nervous. I'm going to be like, okay, this is something that should be happening. It's like, I feel I'm mentally prepared for it, which is a blessing, because everyone's not cut out for certain things that happen in their life, and they say they want something and say they're ready, but then when that moment comes, you know, they may not be ready, they may be fearful, they may choke, they may not deliver on what they thought they could.
Right,
So
right.
I definitely feel I'm mentally prepared for it.
Okay.
All that comes my way.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to it.
And you're like, don't be switching up, Esnavi. You said you were ready. Now you act like you
Well,
don't
when
know
I'm
me.
saying ready, because I see you winning Grammys.
Thank you.
Because you're part of the movement, and people
Thank
are ready. They need something fresh.
I think
new,
people are
and
over it.
and you're gonna, you're not gonna be able to just walk out and walk. I know
Right.
that's gonna happen for
Right,
you, and I
right.
just want to know that
You have to be mentally prepared. I think for anything that you decide to do in life, you have to mentally be prepared for it. And you have to envision all possibilities, good and bad. I mean, a lot of people make success and being a celebrity and all that stuff a bad thing, but it's really a good thing. It's a journey, and it's just something that you have to be able to handle, because you will succumb to those pressures of society, for drugs and alcohol abuse and things of that nature. So you have to really, when you say what you want to do in life, you really have to mentally prepare what that entails. Because a lot of people say they want something but don't. They have no idea. They can't even fathom what the lifestyle takes. They don't get it. I have very weird sleeping patterns. I don't really sleep. That comes with territory. So somebody, why are you always up? Well, that's what my lifestyle calls for. Because when creativity hits me, I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna do it when I wake up. No, I'm gonna write this song now, or whatever it is in the moment I'm feeling. So it's one of those kind of things. You get it though,
I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really do. So, is there a love in your life?
I have so much love in my life, I don't even know where to begin. So yes, I have a lot of love in my life, and it wouldn't even be fair for me to just say I have a love in my life.
So what are you doing this month? Where you
This
performing?
month we have a lot of things going on. One of the huge things I'm doing is Mayfest, which is May 19th in Augusta, Georgia. It's one of the hugest music festivals that they do outside. And then May 15th, I'm actually headlining for a benefit for the Movement Theater Company of Harlem at the Shrine, at the Wellness Strike Shrine.
Oh, great.
So I'm headlining that. Yeah, I'll give you the information. And among that, I have some other things going on this month that I will keep you posted on.
Give everybody your information.
www.esnavi.com, my website. I have all my social networking links there, so you can connect with me: Facebook, Twitter, my YouTube channel, all of my show information, bio, pictures, all my press. So my website is pretty much what I promote now, because you can go there and then navigate from there to all the social media stuff and see live footage and all that.
Okay.
So. And the album is out on iTunes and Amazon, so please support. If I don't know if you guys want to play music during the show, but if they hear music that they like, support it.
Yes.
And You Love Morning Dew, which is the current single that's out, so I'm glad.
Yes.
That's playing it's playing on radio stations around the country, but XM Satellite Radio, Heart and Soul.
Okay.
You can catch it there. So.
Okay. Well, this has truly been a breath.
This was fun.
It was a lot of
It
fun.
might have been too much fun. It feel like we were working. See what happens when you do what you love?
I know.
You don't feel like you're working. Let's cheers to
let's
that.
cheers to that.
The super women.
Yes. Thank you, Esnavi.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and I love the support.
Thank you.
My name is Esnavi. Don't forget to put the S on your chest.